Welcome everyone to Yoshi Unleashed with Yoshi Tatsu. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Lee Walker, host of Perched on the Top Rope and former Dirt Sheet writer. I am joined by Sean of Kayfabe Wrestling Collector. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have Yoshi Tatsu. How's everybody doing today?
I'm
Hi,
okay.
I'm okay. Good.
Great.
What's wrong? Great.
Great. So this is the first episode, ladies and gentlemen, of Yoshi Unleashed, where you are going to get a wide variety of wrestling topics, wrestling news. You're going to hear from Yoshi himself on current events in wrestling, while also talking about that hot t-shirt he's got on right now.
What's that shirt?
From my
Oh,
house.
it's Chrome Heart, baby.
Yeah, this one too.
And Yoshi, where can the fans get that
Thank you.
beautiful t-shirt?
Chrome Heart, you can literally get them in a lot of different stores. It's a specialty specialty store for like years. So yeah, they're quite expensive right now.
Yeah.
So really high end stuff. The rings I had a couple, but I changed my style after I got married. So you don't see me putting on those rings like Yoshi does anymore.
Yeah, I changed my style too when I got married. That's why I'm still single, wearing a Marvel shirt and have a WWE bar in the middle of my house.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah.
we did say that Yoshi Unleashed was going to be a fun show, yet serious at the same time. So let's dig deep into the mind of Yoshi Tatsu, shall we?
Sure.
So we recently had AEW All In. Sean, I know you're aware of this.
Mhm.
Tony Khan was very persistent that they had sold over 81,000 tickets to the event, making it the largest wrestling event to date. Surpassing.
Well, more like he was talking about something like the largest paid gate in
Yes,
wrestling history.
yes.
Really? Wow.
Well, it gets better. It gets
It
better.
gets So
More
he
than W.
comes out and he's very adamant with this number of 81,000 plus.
Wow.
Well,
Mm.
Wembley Stadium has their own numbers when people walk in the gate. They count.
Right.
And it appears that the numbers that Tony Khan gave us were off by about 10,000 because Wembley Stadium only recorded 71,000
No, I
some
think it
odd
was
number.
75, right? Was that 75? I think it was.
I think it was like 71 paid, but then the rest were like employees and stuff
Oh, okay.
to the venue.
Will
So
Ospreay's pissed, I heard.
So 71,000 is a new record, right?
Well, no, supposedly, okay. Supposedly was the biggest gate of all time, supposedly, is the WWF WrestleMania 3, which was in Hoosier Dome, 93,000 or so people, supposedly.
Wow.
Okay. But this, because Tony Khan say it was 85,000, and the supposedly real gate that came out was, like Lee said, somewhere around 71 to 75,000. And that got people laughing at AEW, obviously, because the actual numbers were so different. But it's not just that. I thought the really funny part was when Will Ospreay had the numbers tattooed on his body. Because, obviously, I mean, if I was Will, I would be proud of it. But because of that, his numbers will have to change now because it's a totally different number. So I actually want to ask you this. You were in WWE and you were in New Japan. So, both companies have had large gates. And even, say, for example, New Japan, before the current era, back in the Inoki era, they were drawing 60 to something thousand people crowd, like at Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
How many of those numbers do you know were not real numbers? Like,
so Inoki era,
from your time in in New Japan or or in WWE, how often do you hear the real numbers that are different to the numbers that they tell people?
so when I was in New Japan, the Tokyo Dome show, like 35,000 to 40,000 people is a real number, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Then in WWE, in WrestleMania, so maybe 80,000 people is a real number. I don't know. Yeah, something like that, right?
80,000 people.
Right, in WrestleMania, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
So when I won the WrestleMania 26 Battle Royale,
yeah,
in Phoenix, Arizona, that is that was new record, I think.
Wow. So you know what, Lee? Here's the thing. It's still more than what AEW All In has. I mean, don't get me wrong. AEW All In still, the 71,000 or 70 or so thousand people. It's still the biggest life gate that AEW has ever had done.
Really?
Easily.
Wow.
I mean, that's the biggest gate that they've ever done. There's, I think the biggest one before that was somewhere around like 20,000 people. That's it. So it's still something, but when the UK crowd, which is known to be extremely hungry for wrestling in the first place, and you have all these people from different European countries flying in for that show. I mean, very easily you could do it because that's essentially AEW's first European show. So it's like before the old times, like with Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan, right?
Yeah.
New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, when it was more open to international people to fly in to watch the show. The gates were fine, and then the last one, the one that was finally open again after the pandemic, after COVID, I think it was what you probably heard more than I do because you're in Japan, Yoshi. Was it 26,000? Was it, or was it 28,000?
Like New Japan,
the last Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it. I was at the event. And there were a lot of empty seats. A lot. Even though they they topped off, but there was still a lot of empty seats. And I don't know. I mean, I still think the last few years Wrestle Kingdom has become a little bit more boring for me. And I've been a long time New Japan fan. like even before you were a young lion in New Japan. So
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just like what happened? It's like because towards the end I almost fell asleep.
Yeah, so when I was young lion, that was I think that was the worst era of New Japan, I think.
Yeah, yeah, around that time. I think around that time was like
2002 to 2007
right.
something. Yeah,
Hashimoto was gone and Muto was
yeah,
gone,
yeah,
and then I think he wasn't taking Kojima with him yet because
yeah.
he wasn't going to All Japan yet, but yeah, still.
Yeah,
Uh
Chon was gone.
yeah. No, Toronto wasn't gone at the time, right? Was he was still booking, right?
Still booking, but so after 2005 or 6, the
Mm,
Chon left New Japan.
yeah. And then you went to WWE afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah. Oh man. I really missed I mean people are gonna say crazy thing about it, but I can tell you I missed the Inoki era of New Japan more.
Yeah,
I really do.
yeah, I have the same idea. Yeah, yeah,
See, Lee, we are very old school New Japan people.
yeah. I like strong style.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
very old school WWF.
yeah,
So as if like the logo on my bar can't give it away.
yeah,
Um,
I
so it
actually love the way that it was set up.
oh,
It's really cool.
thank you. So we here the numbers are just like a little off, and Will Ospreay getting it tattooed on him. I don't know if those were the numbers of people who just walked in. I would assume that the number that Tony Khan gave us was actual tickets sold, but I mean, was it like Ticketmaster that scalpers that weren't able to sell their tickets? There's a number of possibilities there for why
I
the
think it
numbers
can
are.
be a possibility with scalpers too, because with these type of events, you're bound to have scalpers.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
and
By that
still.
much? Like you talking about what? If you were saying 71,000, you talk about 14,000 tickets was stuck with scalpers. That's like a freaking bankruptcy for scalpers.
Yeah, that's a big number.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we did have an incident at All In
Hmm.
with uh CM Punk and Yoshi. You worked with CM Punk in WWE.
Yeah,
Now,
a little bit. Yeah.
what was it like uh to work with CM Punk, and what was he like backstage, and interactions and things like that? So
So yeah, when he was champion, so seems like he's always like a he has frustration. Looks like in the backstage. I feel.
mhm.
Yeah, looks
Was he
like
angry with people though?
not angry, but very like frustrated. Like yeah, looks
Uh-huh.
like yeah. But he's very nice to me. I don't know why. Yeah,
Oh,
actually, everybody nice to me. Everybody. I know some wrestlers talk shit about me. I know, but I don't care. But usually, even that people like in front of me, when I talk to them, they are very nice to me. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
yeah, CM Punk too. He's nice, very nice. He was very nice to me. I like him.
awesome. And he was just recently spotted the other night at Caged Fury Fighting Championship as he's part of the commentary team. And he was asked by one of the commentators if he had time. And CM Punk had said something along the lines of, I've got a few months. And when you look at the timeline right now, a few months, WWE has Survivor Series in Chicago.
Mm.
So, it feels like he's teasing the fans here. Could you see CM Punk going back to WWE at all?
No. Mm.
Why not? I'm thinking that there's a chance that he may go back. But I want to hear it from your perspective, though.
I don't know. You want him to come back to WWE?
Well, no, it's not that. It's that I'm asking from your mindset that why don't you think that CM Punk won't go back to WWE?
So I don't know. Many people says he's a troublemaker. That's why, right?
But then there are people that back him saying that he was great.
Mm.
I mean, we heard one side, obviously, the quote unquote the Meltzer camp, what some people have said. And there's another thing I want to ask you as well, because now we're tying into this. You worked with the Young Bucks, you worked with Kenny Omega,
Yeah.
and you worked with Cody for a bit too. Are they really that group of people where they were just like, oh, we want to do whatever, however the hell we want, in some sort of backstage, comparing to say, some other wrestlers, like, I really need to do this, more of a serious wrestler comparing to wrestlers that are more laid back. Are they more like that, or how are they like to people, like, to you, for example? How were they like to you when you worked with them?
I don't know. Even they were very nice to me in the backstage. So I don't know about their attitude for other guys. Yeah, but yeah, they are nice to me, so I like them. That's all.
I heard that from some people that they say Kenny Omega seemed to be a little bit more hold back to people. Was he more like that?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he's really strange, but I don't know. He's nice to me too. Yeah. Yeah. The foreigner wrestlers always very nice to me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, some people doesn't like me. Some people, yeah, some wrestlers, yeah, talk shit about me, but it's okay. Yeah, when we saw each other, always very nice to me. Very, yeah, very kindness.
You know what I found funny coming out from this, Yoshi?
Why?
You were the Bullet Club hunter, and you're
Yeah.
talking nice about former Bullet Club members.
Oh,
That's like
That's
the
what-
weirdest thing, like, right?
yeah.
I was expecting something. Oh, I want to kill the Young Bucks. Oh, I want to kill Kenny Omega and stuff like that. And then you're telling me that they're all nice.
Yeah, but this is before I started Bullet Club Hunter. After I started Bullet Club Hunter, I've never talked to them.
Ah,
You understand?
yeah, but
Okay.
it's
Make sense?
Okay,
Yeah. All right.
all right,
That
you
is a
know this?
beautiful belt, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah.
This one is the Asia Tag title, Asia Tag belt. This is the oldest Japanese belt. So do you know Ricky Dawson? Got
The
this.
father of Japanese wrestling, Ricky Dozan.
Yeah, he got this title under Antonio Inoki. So who made New Japan? The Giant Baba, who made All Japan. So the legend got this title. This is the oldest Japanese title. Now I have with Atsushi Onita. Do you know Atsushi Onita?
Death
Okay.
Match King,
Yeah,
the
he's
real Death Match King.
yeah, legend. He's a hardcore legend. Japanese hardcore legend.
I'm telling you, Lee. I tried so hard to sign Onita, but I couldn't do it.
No.
I tried. Yoshi
Why?
knows. Yoshi knows that I tried to sign Onita, but I couldn't do it. So yeah, another company has got him. So that's why you won't see Atsushi Onita on the KWK Kayfabe Heroes line at this point anyway. Maybe later, somewhere down the line, but not right now. Yoshi's figure is coming out soon, just for everyone to know. A little bit of cheap plug there.
Sean.
Oh, speaking of cheap plug. Hold on. Speaking of cheap plug.
Study.
Oh, what's this?
Nice.
Oh, what's this? Oh, speaking of cheap plug. Oh, here we go.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yoshi's getting hit soon. Yes, you can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think this actually. I think it looks good painted, but I
Yeah.
know some people don't like the head, but I think this looks fantastic. I think this was done very well.
Why some people doesn't like this? Why?
Because they don't like the screaming face. Some people
Really?
don't like the screaming face. Yeah, some people don't like the screaming face, but I thought it looks different
Yeah.
because your other figures, you're always smiling.
Mm.
There isn't one that there hasn't been one that you do screaming face like whoa, like that kind of stuff. So I thought, it was a way to go. I personally like it. I know you like it too.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, you're getting this one in the mail soon. You're getting this prototype in the mail soon. Promise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So looks like strong side. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. That's why I made it like that in the first place.
Nice.
Mm.
Now, Yoshi, you brought up a death match with Onita. So I have to ask, how has life been after WWE?
Okay. After WWE, I went to New Japan. Then my first coming back match to New Japan. So my opponent was AJ Styles. Then I got to Styles crush. Then my neck was broken. My yeah. Do you know that story?
Lee probably wouldn't know. He wasn't too involved uh with the stories in New Japan. So you definitely will have to tell him about it.
So after my neck was broken, then so I heard the sound, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hear the sound. My neck was broken, but I didn't have knowledge about the neck. So that at that time, then I thought that if my neck was broken, I die or like paralysis whole body. I thought, but after I hear the neck was broken, then so yeah, I got a yeah ache very much, but still still I'm alive and my body was moved. So I thought my neck was not broken, just maybe like a muscle, this muscle maybe a little tear, something. I thought. Then after that match, like 2 weeks off of New Japan. Then after 2 weeks, New Japan started like Ultimate Tag League. Then my first match. So my tag partner was Hiroshi Tanahashi. Then our tag team name is The World. Then our first match is in Korakuen Hall, like a legendary Japanese venue. Then in main event, so Tanahashi and me against Okada and Yoshihashi. Then, but I hurt very much. Of course, my neck was broken, but I had a match. Then at the end, so I got the red ink from Okada. The red ink is like a stretch, like a submission. Then I tapped out. Then in Korakuen Hall, like a booing, boo, what? Then yeah, the audience say, what happened? So Okada's finish is a rainmaker, right? Cross line. But before I take rainmaker, yeah, red ink, his submission I already tapped. That was main event. The audience surprised and booing. Then after the match, New Japan office was really angry because they expected Tanahashi and me so much, right? Then the whole series, almost whole matches, whole shows, Tanahashi and me was main event. But after first show, so I was not able to move good because my neck was broken. After the first show, the Korakuen show, office really pissed to me. What are you doing? You are like whole matches, whole shows, the whole series, main eventer. Your move is very bad. Then your neck, you injured your neck. So 2 weeks ago, then you have to go hospital right now. Then after the show, I went to the hospital, then checked my neck, then my neck was broken. like a complex, complex, right? Is
Compressed,
this
right?
yeah? Is this correct English? So like many parts broke many parts.
Damn.
You understand? Yeah. So
So
these are the
so you had a compressed disc on many parts on the neck, right?
yeah.
Like they were
So
like crushed like that, right?
yeah. So the the second one, the top and the second one, my second one was completely broken. The second one is at the top, So like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, many like a neck bone, right there.
Yeah.
Then under the six, under the six, so like a underbody, like underbody is paralysis. The under fourth neck broken. Then like a whole body under the neck paralysis. Then mine was second one. The second one is so directly like stop heart and stop breath.
Damn.
Yeah, but my breath is no stop, and my heart was no stop. Keep
Wow.
keep moving. I don't know why. Then doctor told me this is like a first guy the rib after this injured. And then the second one was broken, completely broken. So uh, this fracture is like uh, has special name. So the name is Hangman's fracture. Do you understand Hangman's fracture?
Hangman's fracture, right?
Yeah. So special name.
Damn.
So that means like after execute dead body same broken. You understand?
Good God.
Yeah. So but still I was arrived. Then like doctor told me, okay, after you recovered. So how should I say, like a study, right? Go to like a many doctors came
The
to and
doctors
talk,
study you basically, right?
yeah, talk to study. So
Yeah.
I want to how should I say, I want to talk about your, yeah, about your neck. So
Okay.
I signed to the doctor. This is the first guy the doctor told me in the world, the man's history.
So basically the doctors were like, we need to study you because you're the first guy that has broken that part of the neck
Yes.
that that's still alive.
Yeah. So they
Jeez, man.
they took so I don't know how to say English, like they took MRI and
Mm-hmm.
they took röntgen. So everything they checked after I went to the hospital soon. But after checked my body, like 2 or 3 days, nothing to me. Just doctors talk to like,
Just kind of whisper to each other.
yeah, around me. Then 2 or 3 days, nothing to me. Then I understood. I understood. Okay, I can't wrestle anymore. That's why everybody, the old doctor, like whisper something. But I understand. Then, like I found like a young doctor, like looks like same age as me, like 30 something. The young doctor. Then I I I like this. Come on. Then okay, please tell me honestly. I can't wrestle anymore, right? That's why everybody like looks at me like this, then whisper, right? Then I asked that thing to the young doctor, but young doctor told me, no, why we talk, we whisper, and we don't do anything like couple days? Because you are the first guy that arrived that after Hangman's fracture. That's why. Then he told me. So he told me, okay, so I found couple of people this like same fracture as you. Then so I was wondering why. So you know couple guys, so same fracture as me. Why you say I'm the first case in the world? Okay, so sometimes the car accident, when car accident happened, so same fracture as you. Some people have same hangman's fracture like you, but the guys was all dead. That's why we don't know how to recover you. That's why. Then so the hospital is like a famous hospital about neck. Then the professor asked many like a professor and doctor whole world, like United States and the Brazil, somewhere everywhere in Europe, for all over the world. But whole doctor say different things. Okay, cut the neck, then like attach the like
nerves.
bone,
Oh, the bone.
bone. Yeah, the 50% doctor say like that, but 50% doctor says, okay, so don't open neck, just like a the
The skull. The
yeah,
skull.
skull, then like a bolt in the four bolt in the circle, then like a stick like this, then the best. Yeah,
Didn't
the
wasn't that you guys ended up doing? Because I
yeah
remember I saw that video on New
yeah
Japan Talk that you had
yeah
this whole thing on.
yeah the best name is Hello Best. The Hello. So this is interesting. Please listen. So this best name is a Hello Best. Hello Best is a not a hello. Hello, no hello. Hello is HALO. You know that
The Halo bus, I think
Halo.
is what's called. Yeah.
Yeah. Halo is like this, right? Like angels ring, right? Halo. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Halo is like a angel's ring, right? Right? Halo.
Yeah.
HALO. So I got the hangman's fracture, like execute. Then after that, hero best. That means one time I was dead.
Good Lord.
Yeah. after that, this is my new life. You understand?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what that promotion was about for your return when you were, because I remember when I was watching New Japan and New Japan had this promo for you to come back, that
Yeah.
you were on that thing and you were walking
Yeah.
uh
Hero.
in the hospital with the whole thing. And
Yeah.
when I look at it, I go, oh Jesus, because I could see you having these holes drilled into your head.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, man, like, because the thing was, I saw the match because I mean, I told you before, I'm a big fan of AJ Styles,
Mm.
and and that's why I have 4 of his Ring 1 gear, including the one that he won the WWE title with.
Okay.
And that's why I kept asking for your ring gear as well, because I want to get your ring gear too. I told you, right?
I'm
So,
I keep finding.
well, you
Yeah,
better keep finding them. I'm telling you.
I keep finding. Yeah.
Um, and I saw that match, like the moment that when your head landed on that style clash, the first thought I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
because I could see something was like really wrong. There's no way that something wouldn't go wrong. And
So yeah,
yeah,
everybody, many people told me, "Oh, okay, Yoshi tuck his chin. That was his fault." The many people says, right?
yeah.
But I don't think so. So the accident in the ring is nobody's fault. That's my opinion.
I mean, accident happens in the ring, and
Yeah. So
let's be honest. You would when you guys are training as wrestlers, you're always being taught to have your head like this, like
yeah,
tucked in.
yeah. Mostly
Yeah,
90 over 90%. Yeah.
I don't think people understand, and to this day, I still don't think a lot of these wrestling fans understand that when you have done this so much
Yeah.
all the time in every single matches that you've been in, it becomes something that you don't even need to think, you just do.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I mean that was exactly what it was, and it was an accident.
Mm.
So were
Yeah.
there any grudges between, like, were there any issues between you and AJ afterwards? I wouldn't have
Mm.
thought so, but were there any issues between you and AJ after that match? Like
No,
when
not my fault and not his fault. That was just accident. If
that's
if I died, I didn't blame him.
hmm.
Yeah, that was just accident. This is a
Did
like a rule. This is a rule of the wrestling.
Hmm.
did
Because
AJ?
I remember years ago. Sorry, Lee, what you were saying?
Oh, I was gonna ask. Like while you were in the hospital and stuff like that, did AJ check up on you or call you or text you or anything?
No, nothing. But it's okay. So yeah, that was like a that was not bad attitude. This is an accident, not his fault. He don't have to ask me, you okay or not. He doesn't. He didn't have to. So that was no problem.
Okay.
Just,
I mean,
this is my.
I was
You know
gonna
what
ask you because I remember I think it was 92 or 93
I mean?
when Chono had his broken neck because
Yeah,
he had a broken neck from a from Austin, Steve Austin, when he gave him pile driver in
yeah,
one of the New Japan shows. And I
mm,
asked him, I said, was he ever upset with
mm,
Steve Austin about injuring his neck?
mm,
That was I think that was like what, 13 or 14 years ago when I asked him that. And
yeah,
what he said was the same thing as you did to AJ, which is accidents happen. I think
yeah,
if it was I think if it was more of a Western sort of wrestler,
mm,
will probably have a more different mindset comparing to Japanese wrestlers. I still think that people that were taught um the old style of New Japan dojo
mm,
from
mm.
Yamamoto style, that
Yeah,
I think you guys were insane, like
mm,
being taught in that environment, because you guys were, at the same time, I felt you guys were always taught right, because I just don't see that in a lot of wrestling or wrestling communities right now. The actual train dojos, just nothing like it.
yeah. That was crazy.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Explain to me though. Here is something I want to ask you, because you obviously you know more about this.
Mm.
The training style. You know, I heard from Nishimura-san, Osamu Nishimura.
Okay.
He years ago that he talked about how training has changed so much in Japan. Do you see
Yeah.
that? Do you see that from your time when you were young lion to now in Japan, that has changed so much? What has
Yes.
changed though?
It's very easy, I think. You know. Mm.
What right now is a lot easier?
Yeah, I think so. So
I,
if like my for my generation training to the now like now young boys, everybody quit. I think. Yeah, I think. So. Yeah, that was hard, very hard. Mm.
because I remember when Mudo, Great
Yeah,
Muda,
yeah,
when he first taken over All Japan,
yeah,
and at the time there wasn't many people with him,
yeah,
and he needed to train a whole bunch of new guys. So you have Sanada right now, and I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it was Bushi and
Mm.
what was it, Ryota, what was it, Hama Ryota,
Yeah, yeah.
and a whole bunch of guys, and I asked
Mm.
Nishimura-san, because he was the one handling things for me to be connected
Yeah.
with All Japan at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, and I asked him, I said, how was it, is it easier to get a crop of talents in All Japan? He said no. He said the first group of guys that he started bringing in for training, 10 guys were left with 3, because they all ran away. They just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, think so.
Yeah, and I look at that, I go, you were obviously the last group of guys that would train under the old style of New Japan.
Yeah, you
I
you
think
are
it
right.
was, yeah,
You're
you
right.
and Shinsuke Nakamura,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Who else was it?
Uh, Goto, Hirooki Goto,
Hiroki Goto, yeah.
and Ryusuke Taguchi.
Taguchi too, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
all of you guys are still wrestling,
yeah, same generation.
yeah. But
Yeah.
then the generation after that, it's just like, I look at the years that you guys were in New Japan comparing to like right now, the newer kids in New Japan, just think it's so different.
Yeah. So our
It's so
generation
different.
was yeah. So our generation was the last generation of old school of New Japan. Yeah, I'm
How
sure.
different was it though, when the time when you were young line in New Japan, and then you came back?
Yeah.
How different was it in terms of management, the style and things like that? How different was it to you?
Yeah. So the dojo was the one time like a crushed, like a everything. So how should I say English? Like destroyed everything.
Oh.
Like a rebuilt. The we trained the old one, old dojo.
Hmm.
Old dojo was very hot in summer and very cold in winter. Yeah, the old school, old school building. So
Hmm.
uh like okay, this is a good story. So in the summer, like like how should I say, like temperature, the measure,
Mm-hmm.
temperature measure. So in summer, like okay, like 120 something degrees is like a top, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
So this is like a most, like a limit is 122 degrees is the most, right?
Mhm.
Then in summer, so outside is like how much degree? Like so outside is like 96 degrees something in the summer, right? Like August in the summer.
Mm.
So in the dojo in the August in the summer, 122 degrees, then 3 hours, 3 hours or 3.5 hours, no rest, no water, no open window, training, straight three
Good
hours.
Lord.
Yeah, 3.5 hours training.
I will be tapping out. I will be tapping out with it within the first
Yeah,
5 seconds. Like, get me out of
yeah,
here.
yeah,
I'm tapping out now.
yeah. So, yeah, please imagine. So inside of the dojo, 122 degrees. Then after the practice, open the door, right? The outside is August, still summer, but 96 or 97 degrees. Then once open, with like this, like 1 second, it's cold, right? Like 30 degrees difference, all the building, right? That was crazy, right? The many, like many wrestlers, many wrestlers before debut, of course, like in the practice, the like fell down, like off, yeah. Then like this, yeah. We call many ambulance, seriously,
I'm not surprised.
yeah. We call many ambulance, seriously. So that was very hard era, old school era, yeah. Some people like
We should get someone like Ricky Choshu one day on the show, right?
mm,
And ask how his training was like compared to yours. And he probably would be saying, you guys had it a lot easier than we did.
yeah,
Because I know for one thing, I know for one thing that I think those initial batch, the first batch of
yeah,
the New Japan
mm,
trainees that started
yeah,
in 1972, I think
yeah.
I was told that those ones were even harder comparing to you guys. So I mean, if like what you're saying is already bad, so I can't imagine how bad they were.
Yeah, but do you know Kuniaki Kobayashi, who is
Yeah.
like a rival of the first Tiger Mask, right?
Mm.
Satoru, he was a
Sayama,
rival.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, like a tiger hunter.
Ah.
Kuniaki Kobayashi told me, okay, our error. So many people says like old school was harder, right?
Mm.
But Kuniaki Kobayashi told me, okay, your generation was the worst, very hard, cool, because like Kobayashi-san is like 30 years ago, right?
Mm.
He worked, he was rival against Tiger Mask. That was 30 years ago.
Mm.
So the Earth is hotter every year. You guys know,
Ah.
right?
Yeah.
So Kobayashi-san's generation, his era, like Inoki-san was top, that era was more cooler, like a cooler than
In terms of
2000.
weather, right?
Yeah, 2002. That's why you guys the worst. You guys are harder than us. That Kuniaki Kobayashi told me. Yeah. That was interesting, right?
Yeah. I didn't think of it that way. Wow.
So maybe not. Our generation was the hardest. We did the hardest training of New Japan. Maybe like a whole era. Maybe
Wow.
I don't know. Kuniaki Kobayashi told me. Maybe no. Maybe yes. Maybe no. But
Wow.
yes, still our generation training was hard.
Have you ever thought about the one day you just start a dojo, like, training in the way that you guys were training? Because I mean, I can't imagine like how many kids these days are going to be able to handle that training style that you guys did.
I don't know. Mm.
I really can't think of it because the first of all, the main thing was when you guys were young lions, you were all recruited with very, very strong martial arts background.
Mm.
I think
We did.
now, I think now it's become a bit more like everybody can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our generation like started no bump, no rope work, no bump. We start shoot sparring every day and 1,000. Yeah, that was
Wow.
our. So after like 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, finally we start bump, we start rope work. So like first 3 months, like 500 to 1,000 Hindu squat, yeah, push ups, and shoot sparring. That's it.
Wow. That
We have
that
to
does
be.
sound like very old school style training. That's
Yeah,
from what I heard.
yeah. The wrestler should strong.
Mm.
The wrestler, yeah, should be strong. So that Inoki told us. Yeah, the wrestlers should be strong. That's why. So now everybody can wrestle.
Mm.
That time has changed. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always said it that you know the era of everybody can just simply come in and become a wrestler is not really a good thing for wrestling. That's just me. That's my way of thinking because I'm old school in that sense. I'm so used to like I'm less for the flashy stuff and I'm more into the old school ass kicking type of stuff. That's why I was a huge fan of Hashimoto. I loved
Mm.
Hashimoto. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah.
Mm.
I think you and then you were what in NXT. How the NXT training style was different to New Japan? Because that has to be a huge difference. I think
Yeah.
Lee probably wants to ask this question too.
Yeah.
I
Huge
actually
difference.
I do, and it was actually a question in our fan section Q&A. So this is actually a widely popular question, wanting to know the differences in the training style.
So our training basically like shoot sparring. So should be strong. Wrestler should be strong. the Mr. Inoki told us. Then after like really stronger, then so every day like that training 3 hours, no water, shut the every door, all doors, then like 120 degrees, no water training, like 3 hours, 3.5 hours training, then shoot sparring like 3-4 months. Then okay, maybe he can be wrestler or not. Then start to bump 100 bumps, 300 times rope work, something. Yeah. Then
Then what about NXT though? Like, after, because after you were in New Japan, you went to, I think it was FCW first, right? And then later NXT, right? So how were those times training different to the time when you were in New Japan?
yeah, just I feel different, different culture, different style of wrestling. So yeah, I was okay.
What did they want you, like what did they exactly want you to work on, like comparing to New Japan? Because I know New Japan is all about the every single move, like the tiniest bit. I mean, I remember for example, when you were in a match in Shanghai, okay, afterwards your opponent told me that that was the most comfortable headlock that he has been in, wrestling anybody. And you know who said that. I'm not going to mention anything, but he told me that was the most comfortable headlock that he's been in. And I don't, it's something that I'm sure it has to do with your training in New Japan. But comparing, when you were in FCW and NXT, what were they training you in those places?
Yeah, I run the like a difference of between New Japan and the American style. So just I run, then just different, But the but the and the basic is I think same thing, I think the basic is the same, but just style like surface is a different, Then I was able to understand the thing. That's why I passed WWE tryout and I was able to debut to WWE. I think I understood the difference and I respected both styles. That's why I was able to debut. I think, yeah.
Did they
I like
go ahead?
both and I respect both styles. Yeah, but I think the basic is the same. Like
Did the when you were in NXT or FCW, they want you to work on character more, or um was it in New Japan that they also wanted you to work on character?
uh the my boss of FCW was Steve Khan and Tom
Steve Kurt, yeah.
Pritchard and Tom Pritchard and Norman Smiley. They told me, so be yourself, like be yourself and like how should I say, be more natural.
Mm.
Don't make your don't make yourself. So I want to be baby face. Then the Steve Kahn and the Tom Pritchard told me, yes, you are good guy, nice guy, so you should be baby face. They told me. They told me, yeah, you are good thinking, because you're a good guy, nice guy. Then should be you are not like nice guy character, good guy character. You're, of course, you're baby face. They told me. Then I try to be myself in when I was in WWE. So the character was like a little, like a natural character.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
I
think.
mean, honestly, I still can't see you being a heel. I just can't. You
Yeah,
are a natural baby face, kind of
With
like
a smile
Steamboat in
like
a way,
this? Are you kidding me? Look at that.
right?
There's no way that man can. I mean, he can be a heel. I absolutely, but that smile, man.
yeah,
I mean, when I first, I mean, I didn't even know Yoshi at the time personally. Like when I first looked at him, and I go, this guy has to be a an absolute baby face, kind of like Steamboat in a way. That how you gonna turn this guy into a heel? I don't know how. If I'm a booker, I wouldn't know how to how to make him a heel. Like it was funny too the other day. My mother-in-law, right? My
yeah,
mother-in-law saw Yoshi's picture,
yeah,
and my mother-in-law is not a wrestling fan,
yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, fans will like him. He's a good-looking guy."
Really?
Like right away, yeah, like right away, yeah. That's what my mother-in-law said, right? Because she saw the picture of us having dinner in Shanghai,
Mm.
and she was like, "Oh, he looks like such a good guy. I'm sure fans will like him."
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, Yoshi, we actually have some fan questions for you, and I got to pull up my phone because I had to save them. They were rather good questions that fans had thought of, would like to know about. So the first question comes from Alex, and he would like to know what it's like to be immortalized in video games and action figures. So he would like to know what it's like for you to, like a prime example, we have your WWE Elite here. You have your KWK action figure coming out soon. You're in WWE video games. So he would like to know what it's like to be, to have Yoshi Tatsu uh, to be, forever remembered in that way.
Mm, yeah, that was very proud of to be. I'm action figure,
Hmm.
and I'm on the game. Very very proud of, yeah, myself, and I appreciate for, everybody.
Awesome. And Kyle would like to know, while filming for WWE segments or uh, pre-done promos, if you had like any funny takes or any funny rib stories.
Yeah. So yeah, I take the that segment something the funny line like WWE taped on the backstage the mostly. So but that was fun and that was happy, but I wanted to be taken more on the ring or live. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted. Yeah, but always I understand my English was not so good. But yeah, still not so good. But yeah, incomplete. But yeah, I understand. But yeah, I wanted to have promo on the ring or live like Monday Night Raw. Yeah, that was my dream.
They never gave you that though, right?
No, never. Couple times, maybe, but maybe 5 times something.
Yeah.
That yeah, not zero. But many Japanese guy, same thing. Even Shinsuke, mostly his taping is backstage on backstage, no, not on the ring. So that was like English problem.
What do you think though that now WWE has allowed wrestlers to do promos in Japanese in the ring? Because we've
Yeah,
seen it with Shinsuke, we've seen it with Asuka and Io Sky as well.
yes, but my error. Okay, Vince told me so you should run perfect English. So when you speak perfect English, you can get promo on the ring. You can't speak perfect English, you can't have a chance to have a promo on the ring. Vince told me.
You know
But
what? You know what was bad though? You know what was bad though was that your era did not have a lot of managers. If you did, it would have been totally different, I think.
Yeah, so my era is totally now the the rule was totally changed. So in a sense, I envy like Japanese wrestlers now. Yeah, but when I come back to WWE again, I can speak perfect English. I will.
Awesome. I think your English is pretty good as is. So
I think better than that time. I think. I hope.
I mean, you're living in LA now, you have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I got one last fan question that I took in from RN who would like to know, was there anyone in WWE that you particularly like to work with in the ring?
Zack Ryder or Tyson Kidd.
Okay.
Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase Jr.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a huge Zack Ryder fan. I'm still a Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona fan. So to hear that answer, I brought a smile to my face.
Yeah. I've never against Mark Cardona, Zack Ryder. Maybe one time. But 100 times I beat him. But I like him very much. And he's very good wrestler. I respect him. Yeah, I like him very much. Yeah, still, I want to see him again.
Okay. Well, hope we can make that happen sometime. He is referring to himself as the indie god of wrestling, so hopefully we can get a one-on-one match between the two of you going here.
Mm.
That'd be pretty cool to see that again.
Yeah, he's a nice person. Yeah,
Awesome. Now, uh, Yoshi, we have one last segment here,
yeah.
and it's Who Let Yoshi Out? This is where Yoshi, you get to take the time, a topic of your choice, whether it's discuss a match you have coming up, uh, and anything news related you want to talk about. Right now, the floor is yours for Who Let Yoshi Out.
Mm, it's kind of difficult question, but Sean,
What?
he let me out. He let you. He,
I let you
he
out?
yeah, he made the chance to let me out. Yeah,
I just think that you were out of the American scene for so long
yeah,
that I think this is a perfect way for you to be able to have fans that has followed you for so long to get to see you regularly on a show like this. I think to speak your mind, to tell your stories that you don't normally do. I think you're probably the first Japanese wrestler to do something like this. So I think later on, we keep doing this. I think it's going to be more fun.
yeah. I want to let wrestling fan all over the world. I'm still alive. Yeah. So Sean gave me a chance. So yeah, to book Riz podcast too, right? So he let Yoshi out.
Sean let Yoshi out, ladies and gentlemen. Yoshi, is there anything that you would like to talk about now? Like the floor is yours to talk about anything you want to talk about.
Hmm. No, it's okay. That's all.
Okay. All
All
right.
That
right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first episode, the debut, if you will, of Yoshi Unleashed with Yoshi Tatsu. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check this show out on YouTube at youtube.com/Yoshi Unleashed. Or the very simple way to do that is when you go to YouTube, just type in at Yoshi Unleashed. You can also find this podcast anywhere and everywhere podcasts can be found, from Google, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Podbay, Apple Podcast, Red Circle, and more. All you got to do is look for Yoshi Unleashed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Lee Walker of Perched on the Top Rope. I would like to thank Sean of KWK. And Sean, I know you have a lot coming up, so please let fans know what you have coming up when it comes to uh, the action figure series, especially with Yoshi Tatsu here. So the floor is yours to plug away.
The KWK Kayfabe Heroes line. It's going to continue as we are currently with PN News for this month's release. And next month, we are going to have the Comic Kid, also known as Paul Diamond. And then right after that, in November, we're going to have Yoshitatsu's figures coming out in 4 different versions.
Awesome. And where can the fans find those?
Oh, sorry. Totally forgot about that one. Okay, you guys can order them from the Asylum Wrestling Store in the US, RMM Enterprise in Canada. Also for everywhere else, whether you're in Europe, you're in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, not in Japan at this point, but Japan, can order from me for now. But Yoshi, you're now working on something. Something maybe, I'm just saying maybe an official Yoshi Tatsu store. Maybe, right? Maybe, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
They're working on it. Still working on it, but everywhere else for now, other than US and Canada, can order directly from shopkwk.com. And you guys can follow me through Instagram. Also KWK Fave Wrestling Collector on Facebook as well.
Awesome. And Yoshi, where can the fans find you on social media?
Mostly Twitter, like X, and Instagram. Yeah, the host name is Yoshi Tatsuism, YOSHITATSUISM, Yoshi Tatsuism, and YouTube. But this is a Japanese YouTube, and this is not for wrestling. This is for I'm talking about the urban legend in Japanese.
Yeah, he talks about urban legends on his YouTube podcast a lot.
Yeah,
I sometimes go in there and it's all in Japanese, and that was one time because he never knew that I understood a little bit of Japanese, and he was just like, "Huh? You know Japanese?"
and no wrestling, all about the urban legend. Yeah, not many people watches, but please watch.
All right. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna check that out because I like urban legends. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the debut episode of Yoshi Unleashed. Make sure you tune in each and every week to hear Yoshi's thoughts on pro wrestling and more. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out.